Good evening, everyone. We had our Zoom meeting, our class Zoom meeting for Per 101 at 6 o'clock. But I won't mention any names, but someone forgot to push the record button. So I'm doing it again so that we'll have something to post on our homepage, on our class Moodle page, so that you can refer to this and those who weren't able to attend can review it and see how what the things that were that we covered. So I want to share our screen with our homepage and go through what it looks like to all of you. There will be some things different because I have the teacher page, but anyway, I wanted to let you know how to proceed through each of these items. So some people have said that they have difficulty. It's their first time at college, their first time doing an online class, and they're having difficulty navigating through Moodle. So I want to get you started. And if you do not have these sidebars open, if yours are both closed on both sides, you want to open those so that you can see over here all your activities that need to be done. You can readily skip around from place to place. And this one on this side has some important information over here where you can get some help in these two areas right here. This one's for your GMC account and email, and this one is for Moodle technical support. So I just want to show you both of those. If you don't have them open, you might not be able to see everything. So over here on the left, I want to start with our course syllabus. And I wanted to show you the things that are in here that are very important. Now, everything, of course, is important here, and you should read through the whole thing. But I wanted to let you know and pay particular attention to a few things. So I'm going to kind of skip through some of these. And the first thing we're coming to is your textbook. So I wanted to make sure you knew how to download your textbook for this course. And you will need it because in some of the discussion forums, it'll say, turn to chapter 4 or chapter 7 or whatever it is, and work on this discussion forum. So you want to make sure that you have this downloaded. Okay, the next thing I want to show you in here is the grading right here. And then again, you can see how you get your ABCD. So in the discussion forums, if you choose not to do the discussion forums, your grade is going to drop. Or if you don't take a quiz, excuse me. And you can see the things here that are listed and how much they're going to affect your grade. And then I want to get over here to the schedule for the entire quarter. Now, as you know, Moodle will only allow 1 week at a time to show. But if you need to know what's coming up, then you can come here to our course syllabus and the course schedule and look through these dates right here. So these are some general things right here at the top. But then each week is spelled out here as to what is due and what we're going to be learning about each week. So you can see that goes on through the whole quarter, and it can let you know what's coming up in each week. So that is our course syllabus. So the next thing I want to show you is over here is the resource page. So in the resource page, this is a very easy go-to page for you to find information. And I want you to pay particular attention to the library guides here, the library, how to use it, GMC library. If you have help, if you need help with any of these items, they're very good as well. Pay particular attention to the disability services here so that if you need help, if you had an IEP in high school and you need to transfer here, you need to follow the directions here on disability services. Then we start a multitude of help places that you can go. How to improve your discussion forums, how to find your grades, how to look at your grades, how to do writing. We're going to be using this MLA formatting a lot in this course. So you want to scroll on down here and look here. Here's the library guides. And it just goes on and on and on with many, many, many helpful things for you. So if you get stuck on something, come here and look and see what's here to help you. Our smart thinking, our free tutoring that we have will be very beneficial to you in this course. We're going to be writing papers here about our career goals. And when you get your rough draft written, it would be a great thing for you to do is to submit it to the tutor and let them look at it and give you suggestions on how to improve. So this is just an unbelievably good resource here for you. And it goes on and on and on. So we got lots to do. Please feel free to email me about anything that you need help with. I'll be glad to help you. You can always check here. Make sure that you stay in contact with me. So I know what's going on in your life and why you might not be participating, but I want you to participate and do well in this class. So keep in contact with me. All right. At our, this one's always hard to get out. Beginning of the class, you see my email here. It's also on the course syllabus, and it's also in the welcome letter that you received. So feel free to contact me with anything that you might need. I want to know how to help you, and I can only do that if you contact me and keep in contact with me. So let me tell you a little bit about our attendance policy, and that is there's a 12-day limit to how much you cannot participate. If you go over 12 days and you have not responded to anything, you have not responded to the discussion forum, you have not taken any quizzes, you have not participated in any activities, you will be withdrawn with an IU. Now, if you have an IU, if I have to withdraw you and you get an IU, then it will count against you in two ways. It will count against you in your financial aid, and it will also count against you in your GPA. Now, if you decide on your own that you have, that the course is either too difficult or you're very unhappy with it, wasn't what you expected, and you want to withdraw, then you need to make sure you send me an email and let me withdraw you that way, which will only give you a W and not a failing grade. And it will affect your financial aid as well. So you want to make sure that you contact your academic coach and your graduation coach and your financial aid advisor before you try to do either one of those. So make sure that you stay in contact with me. You let me know what's happening in your life so that I can keep this from happening. I want you to stay in the class. GMC is using that as a focus during the past couple of quarters to retain all students. I want you to stay in the class and do well and be successful. So please don't withdraw without contacting me and letting me help you get back on track. Okie dokie, our next thing is, I talked about the drop ad, the non-attendance. Oh, drop ad. Drop ad is going on right now, and it will end Thursday. Now, during this time, it says drop an ad, which will allow you that if you drop a class before Thursday or on Thursday, you can also add a class. But once this deadline ends, you may not add any classes. You can drop a class, but you can add another one. The next thing on my list is how to proceed in Moodle. So we're going to close this up and we're going to look at week 1, which is where we are this week. And the same pattern goes on for every week. You want to start at the top and you want to read everything. Don't skip around. You want to make sure that you go through each thing that's on each week. Welcome to GMC. All of these things are important. Don't leave anything out. Now, you see this history of Georgia Military College, and it's a video. If you look over here in our sidebar, you see that there's a quiz about that. The information comes from here, and it transfers into the quiz. The other part of that is the Title IX, so you want to make sure you read the Title IX and then take the quiz. So you want to do both of these readings before you take the quiz. Okay, so then there are some non-graded activities, the PACT exam and the MAI. Both of those are non-graded, but you are not allowed to move forward without taking those. So the critical thinking exercise for this week will not open for you unless you complete both of these items. So here's the quiz. And this started the graded activities for the week. So the critical thinking exercise, the history of GMC and the Title IX quiz. And then is an activity check that you will want to review to see how well you're doing in the course. It will tell you about the goals essay requirement that is due in week 5 and week 7. So you want to make sure that you read through all of these things and don't skip anything. And that's what you're going to do every week. Start at the top of the week and work all the way down. Don't try to take any quizzes until you've actually done the reading first. All right, in week 2, I wanted to show you some things. Oh, before I leave this, I want to go all the way back up here to the top and show you 2 things that are extremely important. Whoops, sorry. Right here, the career goals essay and the grading rubric that goes along with it. Now, this is that 5-paragraph paper that's going to be due in week 5 for a rough draft. So you see that these are the 5 paragraphs that you're going to need in the paper. And this is the explanation of what is included. One of the things that you must have in your paper is an interview. So once you decide what career goal you are heading toward, say it's medical technology or it's radiology, you want to make sure that you interview someone in that field. And then you need to include that interview not only in your paper, but also on your works cited. So you'll list the person's name and the day that you interviewed in your works cited page. So here is the rubric, and you can see that when I get ready to grade it, I'm going to go down this list right here. I'm going to look at the explanation of issues, and I'm going to see if you earned 20 points or 10 points. And we're going to go down through each one of the paragraphs just like they were in the graphic organizer, just like here. So if you follow this, and during those weeks, I'm going to be sending out a lot of helpful information to get you on track. So you want to make sure you follow both of these, and then you know what's to be expected. Okay, so let's move to week 2. In week 2, again, you're going to start at the top and work your way down. You see that there's a library orientation video for you to watch. And when you come down here, there is a library orientation quiz, which matches up with this video. So once you watch the video, then you are ready to take the quiz. The attendance quiz is going to tell you just what I told you, that after 12 days of inactivity, you will be dropped from the class. So you want to make sure that you don't let that happen. All right. Each week is the same way. I know that you cannot see week 2 or week 3 yet, but you will eventually. Remember, they open on Sunday mornings at 12:01 a.m. and they close the following Sunday. Now, I don't know whether I mentioned this or not, but your discussion forum is due for the very first week is due on Friday. Your initial post is due on Friday, and then it will close on Sunday. So you need to make sure that you include 2 answers, responses to your peers on 2 different days. Your initial post needs to be 150 words, and your responses to your peers needs to be at least 100 words. And you will include a source with your initial post. Now for this week, most of the information is coming from our text, so you want to include our textbook as a source in the discussion forum. Okay, we're moving on to the next thing. I want to assure you that you can be successful in this class. I'm here to help you be successful, and I want you to keep in contact with me. If you're struggling on something, please let me know. I want you to be successful. I want you to pass the class and do well. So don't forget that I'm here to help you. I want to also talk about AI, artificial intelligence, and this is a computer-generated paper or computer-generated information. GMC does not consider it to be factual information. So you want to make sure that you avoid using this. You'll be receiving a letter about it in your email. And please read that carefully so that you don't get caught using AI information. Now, in week 5, you will be uploading your rough draft on your career goals to Turnitin.com. And this is a very helpful tool because it will let you know if you have a similarity, which is plagiarism, score higher than 20%. Your plagiarism score should not be any higher than 20. And if you find that yours is, you want to take it down. After about 20 or 30 minutes, it will post the scores, and you will want to take it down and revise the parts that they show you that they feel it is plagiarized. It does the same thing with AI. If you have used any AI information, it will show up there and it will tell you which ones they consider to be AI, and you need to take it down and revise it and then repost it before the deadline. If you have any questions about any of this, make sure that you contact me and email me and let me know. How to get started. Most of you have finished the participation academic honesty verification quiz, and you wouldn't be able to do any of the work in week 1. So I want to make sure that you have completed that and have scored 100% in order for week 1 to open. I told you about the discussion forums and the weeks that run Sunday to Sunday. Make sure you have your textbook. You're gonna need it. You need to download that textbook and use it. There are several non-graded activities, but these are also very helpful to you so that you can self-reflect on those and see how well you're doing in the course. So make sure you go ahead and take those and check for understanding. I think I'm about through with my list. Let me just double check it to make sure that you know everything that's going on. Again, let me show you in week 3 the paper that you're going to be working on. And again, your week 3 is not opening. But right here, this is what I call a little prelude to your week 5 paper. It kind of gets you started. And it helps you do your research and get started on what you're thinking of your career goal to be. So you want to make sure that you follow this. The rules and regulations are up here, the guidelines on how you do it, and then you will follow these directions, and then it will submit right here on this page. Okay, so here we go with the very first introduction to writing a paper. You do not submit this same paper in week 5. This is only a week 3 paper. It is not to be submitted in 5. In 5, you're writing with MLA format, and you are submitting a rough draft of your paper for career goals. And you're going to follow the directions that I showed you up here in the beginning. These 2. Print these, have them with you at all times so that you'll know what you're doing. Keep them close to your computer where you work. All right, I think that's about it. And I'm going to post this video on our Moodle page, on our Per 101 page, that you can review it and you can use it as a reference and come back and look at what I said about different things. And if you get stuck on something, please make sure you contact me. I want to help you. So let me come back to our page here and just wish you well in this course. Again, I'm here. So make sure you contact me. We need to stay in contact, be connected together, check on everybody and make sure that we're all doing well. Feel free anytime to email me and let me know any questions that you might have. All right, best wishes for a great quarter. Bye.